Of course, it was a terrible struggle to begin with, because if you take up art for the good of your health, it automatically means you're not talented. And I wasn't talented. I had no talent at all. Talent is a pretty useless commodity. What is important, of course, to an artist is obsession. So many artists have talent, but they don't actually know what to do with the talent. But if you're obsessed, and I suppose basically if you come down to think about it, I am obsessed with people, and I'm also obsessed with the land around me. And I think possibly that people with epilepsy tend to obsessions. But in a way, I suppose it has helped me, because I've always felt very much a loner. Maybe it's because of epilepsy, you stand apart from other people. You tend to, it's a lonely life in a way, and you tend to be away from people, so you work out your own salvation. And perhaps that has helped, because nobody seems to paint quite like me. A lot of people say that'd be a good thing, but I paint in my own way, and this worries people. They can't assess me against another painter. So many painters are assessed against a very brilliant painter, but they cannot assess me against anybody. For 30 years I painted on the spot, but after a bit I felt that painting on the spot, there's only one thing you can do, and that is reproduce what's in front of you. You can't interpret. And I think a painting must have a certain element of interpretation, which is in fact the person who's painting it. And so lately I've been doing all my paintings in the studio from drawings. I always try and keep everything extremely simple, because simplification of a complicated thing is the painter's job. The landscape is incredibly complicated, so you have to simplify it, and the more you paint, the more you are able to simplify it. And maybe a lot of people look upon my paintings as being rather unsubtle. This may be due to an excess of simplification. But there are various things one thinks of. When I paint, I'm always conscious of the paint itself. So if I put down some paint, which is beautiful paint, if I'm painting a portrait, and I say to myself, that's beautiful paint, and then I say, oh Lord, it's not actually true, then I have to take it out and repaint, because truth always comes before the sensual luxury of pigment.